He still hasn't apologized. He's now ran out of time to apologize and get a more lenient sentence here, higher trial process, and make his sentencing even harsher because he's not pleading guilty.
Because for its clouds, and also desecrating the statue that memorializes. I know where his house is, but I'm not sure if you go to other places. If you want to go around and harass people just for clout or just do something really stupid in public, get a life or do something.
I got one surprise. I'm gonna leave this here. They think that they can defeat me. These Koreans, they can defeat Johnny Somali.
I'm really not scared of anything. There's a fear of the unknown. I've been in foreign prison before, and if I have to do it again, I will.
Guys, things are getting really serious for Johnny Somali. And this time, it looks like South Korea is ready to end his antics for good. That's right, Johnny Somali is now facing massive restrictions and an entire wave of backlash from South Koreans who are absolutely fed up with his behavior.
If you want to go around and harass people just for clout or just do something really stupid in public, get a life or do something.
Not only are they pushing back harder than ever, but they're also planning new moves to make sure he faces consequences. One of those moves, a full-blown documentary that's rumored to expose not only Johnny Somali, but also Ice Poseidon. If this actually gets released, it could completely destroy their reputations and finally put an end to Johnny's so-called clout chasing. South Koreans are determined to make sure he learns his lesson. But the question is, will it actually work? Or will Johnny somehow slip through the cracks again? Let's break it all down. After Johnny's last trial, where he suffered a massive loss, his reputation in South Korea completely tanked. Everything he said, everything he did, especially his disrespectful remarks towards the Korean people, is still fresh in their minds. He mocked their culture, insulted their country, and repeatedly crossed the line.
Japan, come back and take Korea. You know what I gotta do for these Koreans? These Koreans wanna put me in war in jail? I got one surprise. I'm gonna leave this here. Hold on. They think that they can defeat me. These Koreans, they can defeat Johnny Somali.
That kind of disrespect cut deep, and South Koreans haven't forgotten. Even when he was confronted in public, Johnny doubled down instead of apologizing.
Do you admit the charges? Is there anything you want to say?
The car.
Do you admit the charges? Don't you want to apologize?
I love North.
But now things are different. The South Korean public has had enough. They're not tolerating his behavior anymore, and they're standing up in a big way. You probably remember the viral clip where a man actually punched Johnny Somali right outside a police station.
Police station right now. What the f are you doing? Why don't you talk and have a conversation?
That man, whose name is Young Do, recently revealed exactly why he did it. In an interview, Young explained that Johnny's harassment of women, children, and even elderly people pushed him into what he described as blind rage.
So the reason why I did it is because he was assaulting people in my country. Just by his behavior, just made me feel like furious. Made me go like blind rage just by harassing women and children and elderly people because for its clouds, and also desecrating the statue that memorializes women who were forced into by Japanese imperials, which, by the way, most of them are underage. So after he did that, I just like, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna.
Another South Korean even explained how the public organized against him. When Johnny went live streaming, people were gathering in Discord calls, trying to track where he was and planning how to respond. It wasn't just random anger, it was coordinated pushback.
Yeah, where everyone's just sick of him. Most people recognize him for wrong reasons. Johnny was live streaming. I decided to call my friends, so we started to gather in the Discord call and told them, guys, this guy is streaming. We gotta figure where this guy is. I know where his house is, but I'm not sure if you go to other places that I'm not familiar with. So, and all of a sudden I was like filled with just adrenaline coming up.
The entire country seemed to unite against him. Some even gave Johnny advice, telling him that if he really wanted to escape this situation, he should stop chasing clout, stop harassing people, and simply live a normal life. But of course, he ignored that advice completely. Now things are about to escalate even further. Sources say a new documentary is in the works that will expose Johnny Somali and Ice Poseidon at the same time. According to reports, the film will be unbiased and reveal the full truth about their crimes and shady behavior. A trailer has already dropped on a channel called Culture Brat, and people are hyped. If this documentary really sees the light of day, Johnny could be in more trouble than ever before. Meanwhile, YouTuber Atosi has revealed more details about Johnny's ongoing legal battle.
He still hasn't apologized. He's now ran out of time to apologize and get a more lenient sentence here because for some reason he just keeps doubling down. His whole strategy here does not make sense because he was hit with 8 charges. And while that could make sense if you're in the US, here in Korea, under his circumstances, that does not make sense whatsoever because he's ran out of money. He's using Hank's money to keep paying for his own attorney. And this is only going to prolong the entire trial process and make his sentencing even harsher because he's not pleading guilty.
Johnny is digging an even deeper hole. So where does that leave him? Realistically, his career in South Korea is over. The public doesn't want him. The courts are against him. And now the internet is gearing up to destroy whatever's left of his reputation. But what does Johnny himself think about all this? Believe it or not, Johnny once claimed that if he ever escaped this mess, he'd give up clout chasing entirely. He said he'd go back to being Ramsey, use his finance degree, and start a normal career in America. He even said, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," and tried to frame all of his chaos as some kind of life-changing experience. But can we really take him seriously? Especially when he also brags about how he's been in foreign prisons before and isn't afraid of going back. At one point, he even said prison doesn't scare him at all because he's escaped before. That's not the attitude of someone ready to change. That's the attitude of someone addicted to chaos. And the public sees right through it. Interviews with everyday people show just how sick of him everyone is. One person flat out said, "He ed around and found out." Another said, "He's gotten away with this everywhere he's gone. It's time he pays the price." Even people outside Korea are calling for him to face consequences. The consensus is clear. People don't want Johnny Somali in their country, and they don't want him to get away with his behavior anymore. If he somehow escapes justice in South Korea, there's even fear that he might go on to other countries like China, where things could get even uglier.
You know who Johnny Somali is?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't know?
Do you have any opinions or thoughts about his situation?
I mean, he fucked around and he found out, so that's how it is.
Not a fan. Nope. I think he needs to pay the price. It's about time. He's gotten away with it everywhere he's gone without any repercussions. He needs to do time.
I think we should lock him up. I think when he came to Korea, he got beat up, actually. I don't want to say he deserved it because obviously violence is not the way, but he kind of deserved it. I don't know.
And he want to go to China next time. If he go to China, nope.
I really want him to like get back. You know, I don't want him back in like more in Asia country. It's so disrespectful.
So now the question becomes, will South Koreans actually be able to punish Johnny Somali this time? Or will Johnny and his allies pull some desperate move to make the situation worse? Because at this point, the world is watching closely, and no one wants to see him escape justice again. What do you think? Is this finally the end for Johnny Somali, or will he find a way to slip away once more? Let me know in the comments.